Hello, it's Eric Arnold, back in the sports barn here on Friday, June 11th. We're a little tardy today. It's probably early afternoon, but we want to get this video up to you. We have 5 MLB picks for you here on this Friday. I won't lie, I'm annoyed, which is an improvement because I've come down to annoyed off of pissed. Last night was a bad night. We started out as a good night. You know, we'd won the afternoon game. Here, put it up. Let's show you what we did here. Might as well refresh my memory. It's here somewhere. It is somewhere. There it is. You know, we start off with the winner in the afternoon, and then the 3 games in the evening, we've got solid leads in these damn things, and we lose them all. So that just irritates. And losing them in the most ridiculous ways possible. The Astro game, the Astros give up 12 runs. They drop a key fly ball that opens the floodgates for the Red Sox to score, 4 or 5 runs? I mean, come on. That happens maybe 1 out of 1,000 times. The Yankees, one of the best closers in baseball in the last 20 years, he goes out there and doesn't even get a goddamn out. Hit, home run, hit, home run. What the hell? I mean, that happens about once every 1,000 times. And then the Royal Athletic game, we had a 1-0 lead going into the 7th inning. And, a key play with men on base down the left field line there, hit to the third baseman, Gold Glove third baseman, and he boots it. He botches it. Down the line it goes. It's a double. That opens the floodgates rather than our good relief pitchers coming in and their bad relief pitchers. The reverse happens, and then we get the floodgates open there, and we lose. So just a collection of really unusual, unlikely events last night, and we get beat. So I don't know. I'm pissed. I'm still pissed, I guess. I'm annoyed and pissed. How about that? I don't want to throw out the bathwater and the baby's still in it. We have been going pretty well, and I think that our handicapping is pretty close to where it needs to be. So I don't want to start, waving our arms around crazily and throwing everything out of whack here. I think this is just a storm that's going on right now. We just need to buckle down and try to get through it with as least amount of damage as possible. So I think we're going to try to just stick where we're going, try to stay with what we've been doing, and, this too shall resolve itself, we hope. Had a comment in the comment section here from Professor Hoodoo, who demands more politics here in the sports barn. Apparently he didn't get the memo. Well, guess what, Professor Hoodoo? You are in luck. Just as you made your demand, at the same time, I want to rant about something from my state senator. So the other 50 people that are watching this for those 5 MLB picks today, you can just fast forward. So Professor Hoodoo and I will talk about our state senator, Judy Schwenk. Judy Schwenk, Democrat, has been around, I think forever. She's about 70. She's was a former county commissioner, and then there was an opening for state senator, so she slid on into that. And she's been our state senator for the past 10 years. And she's one of those people you can't get rid of. She always seemingly runs unopposed. She's almost always seemingly up in a Democrat year. In other words, she never runs for, say, re-election. Like 22 here. In 2 years, that's going to be a Republican year. You know, after 2 years of Joe Biden and company running the show, it'll be a Republican year. You know, I'm not saying anything out of school here. In other words, 2018 was a Democrat year. After 2 years of Donald Trump running the show, everybody was like, all right, I don't like that. Let's vote Democrat. And it's a key political point or fact that the out-of-power party does better in the midterm elections where the other party is in power. So she just seems lucky and always avoids those bad years. She never has to run in a bad year. At any rate, Judy, of course, has been one of these key people that has been keeping this goddamn pandemic alive for over a year here in Pennsylvania. Every time the legislature has tried to dial back some of King Tommy's ridiculous edicts, orders, illegal, whatever the fuck this guy's been doing, she blocks any attempts in the legislature to come up with any kind of veto override, despite the fact that she represents Berks County, which is probably, I would say, 60-40 anti-lockdown. But, you know, not Judy. Oh, no, not Judy. So finally here, the residents of Pennsylvania approved 2 ballot initiatives in the Pennsylvania primary in May 18th, altering the Pennsylvania Constitution, allowing the legislature to end a governor's emergency powers with a simple majority, which, like I said, what would happen is the legislature would have a 62% majority in the legislature, in the House and the Senate, to override the governor's lockdown orders, but they couldn't get the 2/3. They couldn't get the 2/3 to override the goddamn governor's veto. So on we go, new normal, you know, without a vote, without any kind of approval or support of the people. We're just stuck in the new normal. So finally, the Republicans in the legislature, they sent the ballot initiative to the people and said, hey, do you want us to have the power to end this damn thing with a simple majority? And the people voted yes. They passed it 52-48. Yes, we want the power to end this damn thing. So they just did it yesterday, finally. In other words, the initiative passed on the 18th of May. It's still not official, as you all know from the last presidential election. You got to go through all these steps of counting votes and then recounting votes and then finding new votes and then finding some more new votes and then counting them too, and then finally certifying that this is the official, never change vote tally. And we still haven't quite gotten to that point yet. That's happening probably within days, you know, early next week. Then it will be official, done forever. The Constitution of Pennsylvania has changed. So the Republican majorities in the Senate and the House just passed a resolution saying, that's it. The governor's declaration of emergency is over, done, out, no more, done. Finally, you know, take down your plexiglass. You can put chairs next to each other now. My God, all this idiocy is now finally over here, thanks to the people of Pennsylvania that voted for that. So what does this have to do with Judy Schwank? Judy Schwank, and I heard this on the radio, and I wish like hell it was in print so I could read it to you, but she was just, I guess, giving an offhand remark to a reporter, which ended up on WEEU, the local AM station here. And she said, well, I think this is this is ridiculous, pointless. I don't think these people, when they voted for this, knew what they were voting for. I certainly don't think they meant for us to end all this declaration where all the good things it's doing, you know, words to that effect. But she definitely said the words, I don't think these people knew what they were voting for. Judy, I knew goddamn well what I was voting for. Let me read you what we voted for. And I want you to hear the wording of this, because the wording was done by Judy Schwank's buddies. Shall the Pennsylvania Constitution be amended to change existing law and increase the power of the General Assembly to unilaterally terminate or extend a disaster emergency declaration, and the powers of Commonwealth agencies to address the disaster regardless of its severity. Regardless of its severity. Pursuant to that declaration, through passing a concurrent resolution by simple majority, thereby removing the existing check and balance of presenting a resolution to the governor for approval or disapproval. You know, you couldn't skew that any harder if you tried. My father would read that and go, oh, well, I don't know. I'm against removing the checks and balances. I don't know. That sounds dangerous. And then you had the other one. I'm going to go bore you with the other one. It was the same, there were two resolutions. The second one's worded about the same way. Just by wording it that way, they took 5 points off the yes vote because, there's nothing easier in the world. There's a lot of easy things in the world. One is making money if you're unethical. Mark that one down. Eric Arnold says, there's nothing easier in the world than making money if you're unethical. You're willing to lie, cheat, steal, screw. Man, the bucks come rolling in. But there's also nothing easier in the world than scaring an old person. Easy to scare old people. And that's what all this shit has been about. 15 months of scaring old people. And, but enough people that aren't old or old people that cannot be scared, there are a handful of them, we got together and said, end this goddamn pandemic, end these idiotic lockdowns. This must never happen again. So, screw you, Judy Schwank. God. I don't think the people of Pennsylvania knew what they were voting for. Yeah, maybe we did. Maybe we did. I know I did. Fucking ugh. All right, now I'm beyond. I'm no longer annoyed. I'm no longer pissed. I'm way beyond that. Thanks, Professor Hoodoo, for getting me all cranked up. I expect a comment in the comment section saying, thank you. You demanded your politics. You got it. Got me bent out of shape. My doctor says I have to cut down on stress. Thanks, Professor Hoodoo. All right. Well, here are the picks. All right, we got the Mets. We're going to play the Mets. Yay. Didn't I just say we're not going to play the Mets anymore? I don't know. The number is so cheap here. These numbers on DeGrom seem to bounce all over the place. Sometimes they're just unbelievable. Fred, my Mets buddy, he and I were speculating last night what the number would be here on DeGrom today, and we said around 220. Here it's $160. I mean, and I get to play against Blake Snell, who I don't think much of. I don't know, advantage Mets. I can't get around it. I mean, DeGrom, you're only paying $160. I don't care who they're playing. Yeah, I know the Padres are pretty good, but you're getting a modern day Bob Gibson for minus $160. It should be a top play, but they're the Mets. So we'll put 1 star on it. We'll say we're going to go ahead. We're going to trust the Mets. There, trust the Mets. We're going to trust the Mets. All right, top play is the Blue Jays. I just think that team's a good team, and their record's being suppressed largely because they're playing really good competition. We said before that this is a team you want to play them on the road, and here they are. They're on the road. They're coming from one of the best teams in the American League. They just played games there. this team is a team used to playing good competition. So, plus this guy Stripling is starting to get on a roll. You know, he was bad all year, but he's he's found himself here in the last 3 starts, and I think we might get a good effort out of him. I think we're getting value here at plus 109. That's a top play to Blue Jays. The Reds, this would be a top play, except it's the Reds. We should have been with the Marlins last night. Trevor Rogers, the Rockies did not even bother to try to hit Trevor Rogers, and they got behind early, got blown out. Now they got to switch over and face another pretty good pitcher in this Molly. I really think this is just the Rockies have traditionally been roadkill. It's win day in Cincinnati when this guy Maley or Molly pitches. The Reds have been playing pretty well. I don't know. We're going to trust them too. These are 2 trust Reds. We're going to trust the Reds too. We're going to put 1 star here on the Angels with Ohtani. It dawned on me that Ohtani's exposure has been mostly limited to the West Coast and the American League. It doesn't seem like, last year he didn't get to pitch a lot outside of that weirdo season where he mostly had to stay in his own division. I think he's going to have an advantage against these teams that have never seen him before. It just seems to me that they're going to just kind of like, whoa, that was different. He's a unique pitcher. He's just a little different than all the other pitchers. So Diamondbacks, they're not playing well. The Angels are playing well. This just feels like this is a complete rest. I'm writing down all the teams I hate here. This is going to be a recipe, I don't know, for complete disaster, I guess. Well, only one of them's the top play. And it's not listed there, if you notice that, So take that for what you will. And then the A's. Well, the A's didn't hit last night. They just didn't hit. They had a key, I'll call it an error because the guy's a Gold Glover and he should have made the play. But they ruled it a double. But they just did on A-like things last night. Okay, do it again. Go ahead, Royals. Do it again. I don't believe it. You're paying a pretty short price here. And Cole Irvin's been pretty good this year. So I think I'm okay with taking a shot here. The A's are a premium team. Minus 127, I think that's cheap. We'll go ahead and try that one too, but only 1 star. So the one we really like is the Blue Jays. And then if you put a gun to my head, I'd say the Reds after that. But that's what we have here. Trust. I guess the Sixers, say NBA talk. The Sixers have the biggest game in, probably 20 years tonight. Game 3 of their quarterfinal series. Tied at 1 going to Atlanta. So go Sixers. Trust the process. All right, that's all I got for you. So at any rate, let's start winning again. I don't like being annoyed, pissed, and angry. Let's start winning again. Good. Thanks. Appreciate everybody that's stopping through to watch. Hope I didn't annoy and piss. See, this is why we don't do politics anymore here, Professor Hoodoo, because if I say something against the pandemic or against the Democrats, I piss half my viewership off. They don't want to hear that. They want winners. And right now, this week at least, those are hard to come by. So, at any rate, all right. Appreciate y'all. Thanks. Even you, Professor Hoodoo. So, hey, stop by some more. Maybe we'll talk more politics if something else annoys me. But I like the like buttons. That always makes me feel good. we broke 350 subscribers. I think we had been beyond that. And then as we're, exchanging out the Trump army for people that want to watch baseball, like Professor Hoodoo is probably one of the last ones of those. He probably just stopped by going, well, wait a minute now. I want to talk about Bob Alinsky. Just like, no, we're done with that. Remember, we're done with that. We're doing baseball now. So, at any rate. But thanks, appreciate y'all, and I'll maybe see you later this weekend.